Cell growth, division, and reproduction. If you injure your skin, how does it grow back? Living cells store critical information in DNA. As a cell grows, that information is used to build the molecules needed for cell growth. But as the cell increases in size, the demands on that information grow as well. If a cell were to grow without limit, an information crisis would occur where the DNA would not be close enough to communicate to the cell portions that are far away. In addition, a larger cell is less efficient in moving nutrients and waste materials across the cell membrane. So compare a cell to a growing town. The town library has a limited number of books. As the town grows, these limited number of books are in greater demand with limits to access. A growing cell makes greater demands on its genetic library. If a cell gets too big, the DNA would not be able to serve the needs of the growing cell. Food, oxygen, and water enter a cell through the cell membrane. Waste products leave the same way. The rate in which the exchange takes place depends on the surface area of the cell. The rate at which food and oxygen are used up and waste products are produced depends on the cell's volume. The ratio of surface area to volume is key to understanding why cells must divide as they grow. Imagine a cell shaped like a cube. As the length of the sides of a cube increase, its volume increases faster than its surface area, decreasing the ratio of surface area to volume. If a cell is too large, the surface area of the cell is not enough to deliver enough oxygen and nutrients to remove waste from inside the cell. So the ratio is 6:1, good amount of surface area for exchange. But when you get larger, the inside of the cell just doesn't have access to the surface. It's only 2:1 ratio. To use a town analogy again, as the town grows, more and more traffic clogs the main street. It becomes difficult to get information across town and goods in and out. Similarly, a cell that continues to grow would experience traffic problems. If the cell got too large, it would be more difficult to get oxygen and nutrients in and out. Before a cell grows too large, it divides into two daughter cells in a process called cell division. Before cell division, the cell copies all the DNA. It then divides into two daughter cells. Each daughter cell receives a complete set of DNA. Cell division reduces cell volume. It also results in an increased ratio of surface area to volume for each daughter cell. So, how do asexual and sexual reproduction compare? The production of genetically identical offspring from a single parent is known as asexual reproduction. Offspring produced by sexual reproduction inherit some of the genetic information from each parent. In multicellular organisms, cell division leads to growth. It also enables organisms to repair and maintain its body, like the skin. In single-celled organisms, cell division is a form of reproduction, producing two cells identical to the single-celled organism parent. Asexual reproduction is production that involves a single parent producing an offspring. The offspring produced are, in most cases, genetically identical to the single cell that produced them. Asexual reproduction is a simple, efficient, and effective way for an organism to produce a large number of offspring. Both prokaryotic and eukaryotic single-celled organisms and many multicellular organisms can reproduce asexually. Examples: bacteria reproduce by binary fission, splitting in half. After producing an identical, they become two. Comparing sexual and asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction produces genetically identical offspring. Sexual reproduction produces genetically diverse offspring, half the genes from each parent. For asexual, reproduction is quick and produces large number of offspring. For sexual, the unique part is the genetic diversity helps ensure survival of the species by natural selection.